Rich dad, poor dad. The hidden rule of the rich. Imagine you have two dads. One is super smart, has a great, safe government job, and always tells you to play safe. The other dropped out of high school, built a massive business empire, and talks all about financial freedom. Whose advice would you take? This is the exact situation Robert Kiyosaki found himself in, and is the heart of his game-changing book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book flips everything we've ever been taught about jobs and money completely on its head. Kiyosaki had his real dad, who he calls his poor dad, and his best friend's dad, his rich dad. The most radical idea he learned was that the classic advice, go to school, get good grades, find a secure job, is actually a trap. It's a one-way ticket to what he calls the rat race, where you're constantly running just to keep up. So what's the secret? It all comes down to one simple yet powerful idea, knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. This, right here, is the single biggest thing that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Let's break it down. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. Think about your car payments, that credit card bill that never seems to go away, or even the mortgage on the house you live in. Yes, you heard that right. Most people think their home is their biggest investment. But Kiyosaki argues it's often their biggest liability because it constantly drains cash for upkeep, taxes, and payments. Now, an asset is the complete opposite. It's anything that puts money into your pocket. We're talking about things like rental properties, stocks that pay dividends, or a side business that brings in extra cash every month. The rich dad's entire strategy was shockingly simple. Buy assets. Keep buying assets until the money they generate, the cash flow, is more than enough to cover all your expenses and liabilities. Once your assets pay for your lifestyle, you're financially free. Let's picture a young professional named Maria. Her poor dad's advice would be to save up and buy a big, beautiful house to live in. Sounds responsible, right? But her rich dad would give her totally different advice. He'd say, Maria, buy a small, affordable house for yourself first. Then, use your extra money to buy a small duplex or a portfolio of stocks. Why? Because that duplex is an asset. The rent from the tenants covers the mortgage on that property and, ideally, puts extra cash in her pocket every single month. Her big, beautiful house. That would just be a liability, taking cash out of her pocket. See the difference? This is why financial literacy is so important. The book screams this from every page. You absolutely have to learn the language of money, business, and investing. School teaches you how to be a good employee and work for someone else. You have to teach yourself how to be the boss, the owner, the investor. This leads to the next huge concept. Work for assets, not for income. The poor dad worked his entire life, trading his time for a salary. He worked hard for his income. The rich dad also worked hard, but his goal was different. He worked to acquire assets, properties, businesses, investments that would then work for him, paying him passively whether he was on a beach or sleeping. This book is more than just financial advice. It's a wake-up call. It's a challenge to you, to me, to everyone to stop running in the rat race, stop working for money, and start learning how to make money work for you. It all begins with a shift in your mindset and your vocabulary. Start seeing the world in terms of assets and liabilities. Then, get aggressive about acquiring those cash-flowing assets. The path to building real wealth might be simpler than you think, but it takes courage. It takes the courage to question the traditional advice we've all been given and to forge your own path. Read the story and full detailed article and video on my website, link in description. Check it out on Amazon, link in description. Thanks for watching. If this sparked something in you, hit that like button and subscribe for more ideas that can change your financial future. See you next time.